What's going on? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Normal Baseball Podcast. MLB free agency is in full swing, and 2022 American League MVP Aaron Judge met with the San Francisco Giants yesterday. Let's talk about it. What's going on? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Normal Baseball Podcast. I'm Alex Normal Dog. That's Lewis. And today we're going to talk about baseball because that's what we tend to do here. Yeah.
Baseball.
So, what's been going on? I've been still same as last week, enjoying free agency. There's no reason not to.
It's becoming. It's officially rumor mill season, which is fun. We're witnessing maybe the best free agent class we've seen in a while. All negotiate with certain teams and meet with certain people, and the money. I feel like when the season started all the way back in April, we were talking about, this guy is going to get $300 million plus. This guy, he might be pushing the boundaries of $350. Now it's like, you see the same guys and you're thinking, okay, maybe like $200 million and let the team build around them a little bit, or okay, $270. It's shaping in pretty well, and it's getting entertaining.
I'll be honest, I didn't register a single thing you just said.
That's fair.
Pleasure. I've been enjoying it. I like rumors. Rumors are fun. We haven't done our predictions yet, but we'll do that soon. Which kind of, more people have signed already than I have expected.
Yeah.
There's been more trades than I expected. I mean, the World Series was 3 weeks ago now. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like it's 2 months ago or by the winter meetings. We're still pretty much young into this offseason, but stuff's going on. Circles are turning. Stuff's happening. Where do we want to start? If we're going in order, I guess we start with the qualifying offers. Oh, no, we did the qualifying offers.
We did that already.
Yeah, we did. So then I guess it starts with last Tuesday, or last Wednesday or Thursday, with the New York Yankees re-signing Anthony Rizzo to a 2-year deal worth $34 million with a option for a third year. Yeah.
Good deal.
I really like that deal because Rizzo was such a big part of that team, and I honestly didn't see a world that he was going to leave. There was a lot of talk about him going somewhere else, maybe back to the Cubs. I even saw an Astros rumor at some point. That was never going to happen.
Oh.
The Cubs I could have seen, but he loved the team, and he was one of the team players, one of the biggest guys on the team. Best friends with Aaron Judge.
True.
Which we'll talk about, but good for the Yankees getting Rizzo back. I think.
Bringing Rizzo back was a very important part of their offseason. Of course, it's not the most important part because they do have the reigning AL MVP to still reel back in, but Rizzo is definitely a big step. I mean, he said it himself in his press conference that he just loves being a Yankee. So that's obviously a great sign, and hopefully he can project that onto Aaron Judge, maybe keep Judge around too.
Well, we'll see. Speaking of, like you said, Aaron Judge has won the 2022 AL MVP. Beats out Shohei Ohtani, who Shohei got 2 votes, Judge got 28. So it wasn't as close as everyone said it was going to be. I think a lot of the writers kind of realized how special the Judge season was, and yes, Ohtani also had an amazing season, but what Judge did hasn't been done in 60 years. And I get that what Ohtani is doing hasn't been done in however long, but
the production.
Judge had a special season and did special stuff for his team. Not to take anything away from Ohtani. I mean, Ohtani was pretty good. He was way above average with the bat, and his pitching was top 5 in baseball. So
should have been a finalist.
Top 5 in the American League at least. So Good for both of them. Ohtani gets snubbed of a back-to-back MVP. Not even snubbed, but denied of a second MVP in a row. And Aaron Judge, with his 62 home runs, wins the 2022 American League MVP.
Yeah.
He should be a second. Should have won in 2017.
Yep.
But it is what it is.
No Ichiro treatment for him, sadly.
No. And then going to the other side, for the National League MVP, Paul Goldschmidt took it home. Kind of obvious.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to happen. You could say Manny Machado all you want. His stats were significantly lower than Paul Goldschmidt.
I think it should have been Manny Machado. Whatever.
Doesn't make sense. I told you when we were predicting them that there's no way they were going to pick Manny Machado. There was no way.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't in the MVP conversation all season. Like no one was calling for Manny to win MVP. I think everyone in the season was like, yep, Goldschmidt's going to win MVP.
The consensus was Goldschmidt, but I still wanted Manny Machado to win it.
Yeah. Like, come on. It was wrong. If we want to... Do we want to just stick with the awards? Just go with the awards?
Yeah, we might as well.
Saying who won each. The American League Cy Young, obviously Justin Verlander, unanimous, 30 first place votes. And then for the National League, Sandy Alcantara, South Beach Sandy, also unanimous. The first time since 1968, I believe, that both Cy Young awards were unanimous. So good on them.
Yep.
Well deserved. I mean, we saw it coming.
Oh,
it's too obvious.
Those seasons were, unrivaled in the sense that both just outperformed everybody else to the point where if you even tried to debate with a wall that Sandy or Justin Verlander did not deserve the MVP, the wall would have told you that you were wrong.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And, when you look at Sandy's season, just incredible. 228 and 2/3 innings pitched, led baseball, 6 complete games. I think that was more than a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. So well deserved. Good job, Sandy. Verlander's obviously a free agent now. He's gonna get a fat chunk of change.
Yeah.
Coming off of Cy Young at age 39. So.
And going into the later part of his career now, the thing that we've seen, though, in recent is, the Max Scherzer deal. And Scherzer has performed just as well as he always has. And it's interesting to see that even though he did have to battle a little bit of injury, he still earned, I think, that contract that he signed last offseason. It'll be interesting to see what...
Scherzer's a little bit younger, though, so...
Yeah, but he's still, on the other side of 35. Well, how old is he right now?
38.
Yeah.
So he was 37 when he signed it, I think.
But I think that Justin Verlander will be looking for just a fat, front-loaded contract.
Of course, why wouldn't he?
Like what Scherzer signed. It's going to be interesting.
There's no reason for him not to chase the same kind of contract Scherzer got. Because that's money right there. That is a lot of money.
A lot of money.
But yeah,
Verlander.
Verlander.
His husband, too. That would be pretty wild.
Verlander wins Cy Young. Sandy Alcantara, South Beach Sandy, whatever you want to call him, also wins. Good job to them. What are we going to do next? Rookie of the Year. For the American League, Julio Rodriguez took it home. I feel like that was kind of obvious. No one else. There were other rookies with good seasons, but nothing compared to Julio's. I think had Adley played the whole year, I think he probably would have won it.
Adley is...
But he didn't play the whole year. So. Adley's going to be fun to watch in the next few years with the Orioles.
Did you see the parade that Julio got in the Dominican Republic? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it looks like he's having a great time. The American League Rookie of the Year, well-deserved, signed that massive contract during the season, too, that we cannot overshadow. It looked smarter and smarter by the Mariners every day that they locked him up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. I think he's gonna be a stud in the next however many years. I think as long as he stays healthy, doesn't have any career-altering injuries, he's gonna be a stud. Because there's no reason to say he's not going to be. Nope. He needs to get his strikeouts down a little bit, but that'll come with time, hopefully, for him. But yeah, good job. Congrats, Julio. NL Rookie of the Year. The winner was Michael Harris from the Atlanta Braves. Second place was Spencer Strider, who was also on the Braves. So it was really a Braves race. But Michael Harris did take it home. Good on him. I think it just shows just how hard it is to win Rookie of the Year as a pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
Because I do think Spencer Strider had an amazing year.
Agreed.
But Michael Harris, we'll not take it away from Michael Harris. He also had a really good year, too.
Yeah, and I think the voters just wanted to go with, if it's a race that close, they're going to go with the everyday player.
Well, yeah, he also batted 300, like almost 300 in 114 games. Like, he had a very, very, very good season. He almost went 20 for 20 in just 114 games.
And after not playing a single game of AAA, I mean, the Braves, whatever the Braves system is for their minor league affiliates, it's working.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough because then you look at Spencer Strider's numbers and, like, he's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, he pitched in 31 games, had a below 3 ERA. I don't know, 202 strikeouts in 131 innings. I mean...
It was close. It was close.
Yeah,
statistically, a lot closer than what the voters showed.
I think people tend to skew, when it's between a pitcher and a hitter, people will tend to skew towards the hitter.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what happened. But, well-deserved by Michael Harris. Incredible season. He's going to be a stud. Just yet another young Braves outfielder. That's going to be amazing in the next few years.
Yep.
I mean, he's already amazing, but he's going to continue to be amazing. And that Braves team is getting scary, although they don't have Dansby anymore. And I feel like the general consensus is that he's not re-signing.
Yeah.
And that I don't even know who the Braves shortstop options are. I think it would be, a lot of people were saying Vaughn Grisham was just going to become their shortstop. I don't really know.
I don't mind that.
I mean, I haven't watched enough Vaughn Grisham to know how good he is at shortstop.
I mean, he played mostly second base last season due to the Ozzie Albies. I think he broke his finger like twice last season, Ozzie Albies. So Vaughn Grisham played a lot more second base. But I feel like he's just like a super utility guy. I think that he even played in the outfield at one point too. So I can imagine that he can transition over to shortstop.
No outfield.
No outfield?
Just second and short. He played 2 games at short, 40 at second.
But I think that he can definitely transition over to short. But Braves fans, if Dansby does leave, you're going to be missing out on a lot. Like, you're going to have to be patient with Vaughn Grisham to get close to the level that Dansby Swanson can be at.
I wouldn't. Like, he was very, very good last year. In 41 games, I mean, he batted .291.
Mm-hmm.
He was very good last year, almost an 800 OPS. So I don't necessarily think it's going to take years for Vaughn Grisham to be good. I think he could be good next year. I don't think.
But
it's
saying at the level of Dansby Swanson.
Yeah.
Because that's not something that you can do overnight.
See.
But Vaughn Grisham, I mean, just like any other player in this league, has the ability to do that and more. So I'm not going to doubt anybody, especially in the Braves organization.
Vaughn Grisham.
Vaughn Grisham.
Congratulations. You are the Atlanta Braves starting shortstop on opening day. What other awards were there? Player awards. I mean, Hank Aaron awards were Goldschmidt, Judge, same as MVPs.
Usual.
Makes sense.
Comeback Player of the Year just got announced last night. It was Justin Verlander and Albert Pujols. Well deserved.
Makes sense. Albert Pujols had a very good season.
Yeah, second half he had the highest OPS in baseball.
Yeah,
third.
Very good season. I don't know.
But
it's your stat. I don't know why you're...
He was one of like the best hitters in the second half of last season.
He was, and Verlander obviously amazing after not playing last year.
The entire year.
Yeah. So, what other? We got Manager of the Year.
Yeah.
The Manager of the Years were Buck Showalter for the New York Mets, and Terry Francona for the Guardians. I blanked for a second. I said Buck Showalter should have won Manager of the Year, so I'm not too fussed about that. Insanely good manager. I know they blew a 10.5 game lead. I don't think that had anything to do with Buck Showalter.
Agreed. I stand by my decision that Dave Roberts still should have won it, because at the end of the day, it is just a regular season award, and he had the best team. He managed the best team during the regular season. As for the American League, Terry Francona winning, I think, was just a joke. It should have been Brandon Hyde.
I do think it should have been Brandon Hyde, but when you look at it, Tito, I mean, no one had the Guardians anywhere. I get that it was the same with the Orioles, but no one had the Guardians anywhere near first place. And then they took the division and won 90 games. Yeah, they convincingly won their division. I know the Orioles did better than people thought they would.
A lot better.
But I don't know. I mean, I see why they picked Tito. I would have preferred Hyde, I agree. But
I can understand it, but I still wish. I still think Brandon Hyde was more deserving of it. I mean, the guy with what he was given sticks and somehow built a boat. You know, like it was just an amazing season for the Orioles.
I love the analogy there.
I do. I just came up with it. But he had an amazing season where like it felt like at some points like the Orioles were just this absolute train running through the entirety of MLB. And then there were other points where it didn't feel like that, but I mean, that's baseball. Brandon Hyde, you were my manager of the year.
That's baseball, Susan.
That's baseball, Susan.
Well, put it on his baseball reference page. Normal baseball's manager of the year. All right. Were there any other awards? I don't think there were. I mean, we're not gonna go through every Silver Slugger. Don't really care. Jose Trevino won a Platinum Glove.
So did Nolan Arenado.
And Nolan Arenado. Nolan Arenado has won. What?
I think Nolan Arenado should not even have won the Gold Glove at his position.
Okay, well, you're just a Manny Machado freak, so...
No, I'm a Brian Hayes freak in that sense.
Okay. Nolan, 10 Gold Gloves in his first 10 years.
And
six Platinum Gloves. I mean, yeah, Brian Hayes probably should have got it this year, but it was kind of the Nolan Arenado bias there. Mm-hmm. So... whatever, congratulations. But Jose Trevino, the first catcher to win a Platinum Gold Glove. I mean, well deserved. That man is undefeated at framing. He is one of the best framers we've seen. Obviously, with the auto strike zone coming in the next few years, that will be worthless. But
for right now.
For now, yeah.
Very valuable.
Amazing. And he threw runners out. He was doing it all.
Yeah.
So good job, Jose Trevino.
Good job, Jose.
I think that's it. I think that's it with the awards.
That is all the awards.
So, now let's talk about the first big trade move of the offseason. The Seattle Mariners acquired Teoscar Hernandez from the Toronto Blue Jays in exchange for Eric Swanson and Adam Macko. Prospect. Eric Swanson's a reliever. What an odd trade. I mean, amazing for the Mariners.
Oh, yeah. Getting away with only giving up one bullpen arm, basically, and a wild card in a prospect is a great trade for Teoscar Hernandez, a guy who could massively boost up your defense and massively power up your lineup, especially with them having the possibility of losing Mitch Haniger this offseason because he is a free agent. It adds a big level of security to have Teoscar Hernandez taking over more than likely right field.
Well, I think trading for Teoscar kind of says that Haniger is not coming back because why do you need him if you have Teoscar Hernandez out there now? Which Teoscar is an insanely good player. All around, just a very, very good player.
I mean, he's one of the best athletes in the MLB right now. He's very
underrated.
Yes, extremely underrated. But at the same time, I mean, Yankee fans know him best as a Yankee killer. Like, I think that is just a great move for Seattle, and a sneaky good move for the Blue Jays, who did need bullpen help, and Eric Swanson provides that. So I mean, it's a win-win trade, but the magnitude of the win is obviously given more to Seattle because they're getting such a great player.
I get that. What?
Nothing.
Sorry, I'm just reading one of the prospect that the Jays got back. Just reading his stats. I mean, not bad at all in 2022 and in single A. Had a 3.99 ERA. 38 in the third innings pitched with 60 strikeouts. Not bad. The whip is a little high. There's room for improvement, but I mean, you never know. So, and Eric Swanson hasn't. He's a pretty good reliever too, and the Jays need relief. But I'm a little confused. Not confused, but I kind of see what's going on. So I think with them getting rid of Teoscar and also getting rid of Raimel Tapia, who they DFA'd, they're going to get a free agent outfielder. Oh, yeah. It's not going to be Aaron Judge. Don't think we're saying that at all. It's either going to be Brandon Nimmo, Cody Bellinger, or what's the other one? Brandon Nimmo, Cody Bellinger, Mitch Haniger. One of those. They're going to get a free agent outfielder. They have to.
They're going to take it, and if they don't, it's going to be a big disappointment because I feel like they are going to throw money, but it's just a matter of how much will they throw at them compared to other teams that are competing with them.
We're good. Okay. Yeah, no, I think they'll get one of them. I think they will get a free agent outfielder. If they don't, that's just stupid. You trade Teoscar Hernandez for a couple of relievers who you could get a reliever in free agency. Mm-hmm. I mean, they very well could.
I'm shocked that the Mariners did not trade Jesse Winker in this trade. I think it would have been Jesse Winker and Adam Mako instead, but I mean...
Well, that's not what the Jays wanted, a bullpen arm.
Yeah, the Jays wanted the bullpen arm, which I was shocked because, like you said, you could get bullpen arms in free agency. And I would have thought that they would want a outfielder back as a safety net in case they were unable to sign any of the free agents. But
I mean, Eric Swanson was really good last year, so I don't know if I could really blame them. He had a 1.68 ERA.
No, I can't blame him.
57 appearances, so I don't know. I think he was really good last year.
Yeah, you can't blame him, but at the same time, just wondering now what Seattle wants to do with Jesse Winker because they have stated that they want to trade him.
But who's their outfielders right now? Teoscar, Julio, Winker. Who's the fourth outfielder of the Mariners?
That I'm unsure of. Who is it?
Wow, this is really great content here.
This is terrible.
Well, I guess it was Mitch Haniger, so maybe they don't even have a fourth outfielder.
Right now? Yeah.
Oh, Kelnick.
Oh, yes. Jared Kelnick in left field.
Sam Haggerty. No, they need another outfielder. Oh. Unless they pull up, like, Taylor Trammell, or unless they expect Jared Kelnick to be their, like, actual starting left fielder or something.
I wouldn't mind it.
Well, probably right field.
No, Teoscar would play right.
It depends on where they are.
Yeah, I guess.
But so. Yeah, I don't know. You would think they have to sign a free agent outfielder.
Oh yeah, they're going to be one of the teams that are in the running.
Same with the Blue Jays. They both need another outfielder.
Pretty funny.
Well, I guess the Mariners don't technically need one.
The Mariners, I mean, they can. You can flip the coin. You
have
kind of
Winker.
Run the risk of rolling out Jesse Winker or Jared Kelnick out there in left field, but knowing with how badly the Mariners organization wants to win, I don't think this is their outfield going into opening day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, they really do want to win because they seem relentless almost.
Yeah.
And the last couple of years, they've just been improving and improving, and they're already doing it this offseason, so good for them. And if you're a Mariners fan, get ready for a fun 2023 season. Although, it is a little tough being in the same division as the Astros, because they are dominant.
A wagon.
Yeah.
Next trade.
We want to go to the next trade. That would be Kyle Lewis, no? Kyle Lewis got traded to the Diamondbacks. It's the Mariners again. Kyle Lewis gone to the Diamondbacks. And in exchange, they got Cooper Hamel, who is a catcher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the trade. Kyle Lewis, obviously he won 2020 Rookie of the Year. Or was it 21? It was 2020 Rookie of the Year. So the 60-game season, he won Rookie of the Year. So it might be a little not too accurate. Like, would he have won in a full season? We don't know. Hasn't played much since. He's been injured a lot. I don't mind it, and they get a catcher because who's their catcher currently? I mean, it's no one special. It's
Who, Seattle?
it's Cal Raleigh, but like you can look at Cal Raleigh all you want. That doesn't change the fact that he batted .211 last season.
Yeah.
I know Big Dumper. He's got a very good nickname. But they're looking for a better defensively. Maybe offensively. They needed a backup catcher because who was their backup catcher last year? Luis Torrens. That wasn't working. They need two catchers. They got another catcher. They got rid of Kyle Lewis because Kyle Lewis has barely played. Last year he played in 18 games the entire season. So, but I also like this for the Diamondbacks because they're taking a flyer on a young guy who has the potential,
and
has shown potential, and can maybe help them out a little bit.
Right now that Kyle Lewis is going to get everyday starts, as well as it seems like by the start of the season he will be completely healthy. I'm looking forward to seeing him really give it his all and compete again.
Yeah, me too.
We've lacked that, and Kyle Lewis is such a he can be a very good player.
I was gonna say, can we really prove that he could be a good player anymore? He's barely played in the last two seasons. He obviously played in 2020, but with the 60-game season, he played in 58 games. So I don't know. And the last 2 years just terrible. Last year wasn't terrible. He played 147. No, he played 36 games only. Batted .250. I mean, just not enough games to for the Mariners to keep him.
Yeah.
Not enough. You gotta play. You gotta play. But I'm happy about this for both teams. Really nothing to lose if you're the Diamondbacks. And if you're the Mariners, you get another catcher, and you don't need another outfielder. So, I like it.
Yeah, just filling in the holes now. I mean, it seems like the only position that the Mariners have left to really fill in via free agency or trade this offseason is going to be second base.
Yeah, because Adam Frazier's gone, right?
Hmm?
Yeah. Not too many Who's second baseman on the market? Not too many second basemen on the market.
Not too many shortstops, and JP. The Mariners have already said that they don't want to move J.P. Crawford over to second, which
is
if you want to sign a shortstop, looks bad.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid though. Like if they sign Dansby and move J.P. to second, that's a good move.
Yeah, great move.
I don't see the issue with that. J.P. Crawford, I think you can improve from J.P. Crawford, but I think J.P. Crawford would also work at second base.
I don't know about Dansby Swanson in Seattle though. With all of his facial hair and beard, he might be mistaken for a Bigfoot.
I think Dansby would be a good fit for Seattle. I don't really see them signing the bigger ones. Like I don't see them signing Bogarts or Correa or Turner. I don't see that, but I think Dansby is a true possibility.
Fair enough.
What else we got? So the Mariners made another move. Diamondbacks just kind of existing as they have been doing the past 5 seasons.
Yeah.
They just exist. But I mean, I do like the Diamondbacks. Don't get me wrong. They have Alec Thomas was like my early pick to win Rookie of the Year in the NL because I don't know, he was very highly touted prospect. And he came up and he started playing really well. So, I saw a world that he would win. And the Diamondbacks weren't as bad as everyone thinks maybe this year. 74 and 88. That's not terrible for that team.
I mean, before the season, everyone was saying 120 losses, 110 losses. But
yeah, I mean, their rotation maybe helped them out a lot.
Maybe.
Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen, Madison Bumgarner, Zach Davies, those 4 alone. Tyler Gilbert. I mean, he didn't really play that well at all. I take back Tyler Gilbert.
All in all, though, an interesting but effective move for both sides. Again, Kyle Lewis finally being able to have an everyday starting position will hopefully greatly benefit him.
I hope so because
So, congratulations, Diamondbacks.
I actually really like the Diamondbacks team. I like Diamondbacks. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Do we want to talk, because this was around the time that the tendered, non-tendered came out. So, do we want to start talking about players that were tendered and non-tendered?
Yeah, sure. But just to give some context to everybody, these are contracts that were preset before the 2022 season that teams can either decide to pay the player, or if they choose to not pay the contract, then they get pushed into free agency. And this can happen to people who even had years of arbitration left. It sort of pushes them into the free agent market early. So when we say tendered, that means that the team decided to sign them and pay them. And when we say non-tendered, that means that the team did not decide to do that and they pushed them into the free agent market.
Yep. So, do you want me to just go over, like, I have a list here. I could just, like, read off the kind of maybe more relevant names that have been non-tendered. So these players have not been offered a contract and are now free agents.
Yes.
As of November 18th. So they are now free agents, and just a couple notable ones. We got Touki Toussaint, Raimel Tapia, Guillermo Heredia. I feel like that's a pretty big one. Alex Reyes from the Cardinals. He's very good. He could be very good. Cody Bellinger, obviously. Edwin Rios, who's been pretty good. I mean, he was decent. He can be good. Who else we got? We got Luis Torrens. We were just talking about how he was their Mariners backup catcher last season. He's gone. Brian Anderson, Marlins almost staple in that organization.
True.
Dom Smith. Luke Voigt. Luke!
Come on, buddy.
Jorge Alfaro.
Yeah.
Ryan Yarbrough. Franchi Cordero. Aristides Aquino. What else we got here? Jaimer Candelario. Harold Castro. Willie Castro. Kyle Funkhauser. Adam Engel. Danny Mendick. Can we get a round of applause to Danny Mendick? And that's it. Obviously, the biggest one, I think, is Cody Bellinger.
Yep.
2019 NL MVP is now a free agent.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, the Dodgers made the right decision. Cody Bellinger, if the Dodgers tenured him, he was going to get paid $18 million, when Cody Bellinger's production since the 2020 playoffs has not been worth $18 million.
Not at all. I think since 2019 he's batted like 200.
Yeah, it's like 200 nothing.
He's had spots of good, but overall he's been very bad. I know a lot has to do with just the fact that pitchers like know how to pitch him, and he hasn't adjusted or adapted at all.
Yeah, he's been very very hard set on his approach, which his approach could work. But another thing is his mechanics with his swing of taking so long to get the barrel of the bat all the way around and over the plate and through the ball. It doesn't work anymore when you were a rookie, when Cody Bellinger was a rookie in second year. Pitchers were willing to challenge him because they were like, no one really understood how good Cody Bellinger could be. But now everyone knows that he can do damage to you, so just pitch to his weaknesses and it works.
Yeah, I mean, it's just wild looking at from 2019. Obviously, won MVP that year, batted .305. Just the very rapid decline. I mean, he batted .165 in 2021. He batted .210 last year. Just every at bat was just non-competitive.
Felt like it, yeah.
I mean, obviously he's gonna have spots.
How many bombs did he hit?
Last year he had 19 homers, 27 doubles. That's what I was saying. Obviously he's gonna have spots of good, but like overall, not getting on base is not a good quality unless you're having maybe like 40 home run seasons every year. But if you're gonna not get on base and not have an overwhelming amount of homers or even doubles, like when you do get on base, it's just bad luck. But I don't think his career is necessarily like done. I think he could very easily, like, let's go off some potential suitors for Cody Bellinger. So you name one, I'll name one.
Do you want the rumors of who's contacted him?
No.
Just okay.
No.
Okay.
We want suitors, not rumors.
Okay.
Suitors, not rumors.
Who started?
You start. Do one. We'll talk about it. I'll do one.
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays, yeah, obviously.
They need
another
third
outfielder.
I mean, why not take the waiver? You can probably sign him for the minimum at this point, or close to it. Obviously, he is a Boris client, but I think the Blue Jays could get away with it for one season.
Yeah, and they can take the risk because I feel like the rest of their lineup is very, very. It's the same thing as the Dodgers this year. I mean, he was in the Dodgers lineup. He played 144 games. But they still won 111 games. Like, the rest of the lineup can pick up for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I see that. I see a world where that happens. Moving to the AL. All right, you want me to name a team now?
That's what you said.
We'll do the Seattle Mariners.
Seattle Mariners.
I kind of take it back. I mean, I'll say Seattle Mariners as potential, but I don't think it would be smart. They have Jesse Winker. They're like practically the same player at this point.
Just about.
At this point in their careers, they're practically the same player. Mm-hmm. And I'd argue that Jesse Winker has a little more personality on the field.
Yeah.
And maybe a little more connection to that team already.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. But Bellinger has more potential to be... Bellinger's highs are better than Winker's highs.
Yeah, certainly.
So.
I mean, a sneaky one that I could definitely see taking a waiver on them. Taking a waiver on Cody Bellinger, the New York Mets. They don't have a center fielder. And I think that with Steve Cohen's new philosophy of how he wants to organize and structure the New York Mets, they could bring him in and same situation like what you said for the Blue Jays. The rest of the lineup could pick up for him. And I think that that's where he could turn his career around if he wants to.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because it's such a big, like, flyer. You know what I mean? Because he would have taken Nimmo's spot, but Nimmo was a big piece in that lineup last year.
Extremely.
So like without him and replacing him with a guy that could potentially bat 210 or 200 or even below 200, I mean that takes a hit on a team.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Nimmo is significantly better than Bellinger at this point in both their careers.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Because there is a world also where the Mets sign him and he's 2019 Bellinger, and then they're even more of a scary team than they were last year.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Could you imagine 2019 Bellinger on...
That's terrifying to think about.
Next team?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go right back Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Take him right back, just a smaller contract. I mean, they didn't want to pay him that much, but maybe they still want him on the team.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well. They didn't non-tender him because necessarily they didn't want him on the team. They just didn't want to pay him that much money because he really doesn't deserve it. So
That's fair. My next team, the Padres. Padres might not sign Josh Bell, and Cody Bellinger won Rookie of the Year at first base. So adding a left-handed first baseman to the Padres lineup that will get Fernando Tatis back, who has Juan Soto, Manny Machado. It could be.
I like it. I like the idea of that.
It could be something that you see.
I actually really like the idea of that. It could happen. There is a world. He hasn't played first base in a while, but I mean he can. We know he can.
With how well he did play first base in his rookie year, at least that's what I most remember him for. When it comes to that, but I think that it's one of those things that just won't ever leave him. Like he'll always know how to do it.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. That's really all the legitimate potential suitors. I mean, now you want to tell us the rumors?
Well, the rumors are that the Dodgers really don't want to bring him back. It seems like they're more interested in Kevin Kiermaier and Aaron Judge, which one of them sounds like a possibility, the other one sounds like Aaron Judge. The Mariners, the Blue Jays, and the Rockies have all contacted Bellinger's agent. I think the Rockies being the odd one out because they already have Chris Bryant and like they want to sign Brandon Nimmo. It seems a little strange to me, but that's the rumors that I have been reading about when it comes to the Cody Bellinger saga.
Okay. I mean, I like the idea of Kiermaier. I mean, Kiermaier is another option for the Dodgers. I could imagine Kiermaier in a Dodgers uniform. I mean, he's not going back to the Rays.
Going from the Rays to the Dodgers just sounds
the Rays don't want him.
Yeah, for some reason. I don't get that.
He's gone. I could see him on the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
That's another guy who, like, his bat hasn't really been great in recent years. But his defense is amazing. And when his bat can be good. Like, we know it can be.
Yeah.
I know maybe it hasn't as much because he's getting older and, you know, it's a little more convincing than Bellinger's rather than, like, pitchers just know how to pitch him better. It's more about the fact that he just hasn't been great recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Next trade.
I don't see Judge going to the Dodgers.
No, no matter who the free agent is, I mean, they're going to be rumored to go to the Dodgers. The Dodgers just print money.
You want to get into Judge talk right now?
Well, do you want to just go through the rest of the trades quick?
I'm really...
Because that's what we were doing.
I'm ready for some Judge talk already.
Yeah, we got, what, 5 more? 4 more?
4 more.
Yeah.
All right, well, the Angels have acquired Gio Urshela, third baseman, from the Twins in exchange for a righty pitcher, Alejandro Hidalgo. Yeah, that's really all there is to that. I mean,
strange move.
Rendon. I mean, is it? Rendon isn't good. I mean, Rendon isn't reliable.
Gio Urshela can also play shortstop. That's one of the needs that they would like to address. So, I mean, good move for the Angels.
I don't think they got him.
Capitalizing on all their pitching prospects for trading them away for position players.
It's only one. We're good. I don't think they got him to play shortstop.
I don't know.
Rendon.
Could see him playing shortstop.
Rendon might be one of the most unreliable players since.
Yeah, but if he has a healthy season, he can finish top 3 MVP.
Now how? Oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I was looking at 2020 and I saw that Rendon played 52 games and was 10th in MVP voting, and I was like, how is that possible? But he only played 60 games.
Yeah.
But since 2020, he's only played about 100 games, a little more than 100 games.
Not even a full season since signing that contract. Wild.
That's crazy. Yeah, I think they got him to play third.
I could see it, but I could also see a world where they try to roll him out at shortstop.
Okay, wait. Look, I agree with that. I'm more of meant like he could be playing shortstop. Yeah, he's the safety net, but in case Rendon gets injured, he's just gonna go right to third.
Mm-hmm.
Well, either that, or they're gonna sign a shortstop, and he's gonna be the backup third baseman, which is a very good backup third baseman. So Gio Urshela is amazing.
Oh yeah. All right. Next trade.
I like that for the Angels.
I do too. I like it for the Twins too, because I don't think Gio's gonna resign with them anyway. So like, why keep him around for another year or 2?
No, because he's good. Next trade, we have the first of a couple Reds moves. Kyle Farmer, shortstop, traded to the Twins.
Third baseman.
Shortstop, third baseman. He's a left infield.
Yeah.
Left infield. He can play either. Traded to the Twins, which, replacement for Gio, I guess. There's not much else to say about that. The Twins got a right-handed pitcher, a right-handed prospect back.
Casey Legmanua. I can't fucking
Legmanua.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it either, if I'm being honest. But yeah, they got a right-handed pitcher. I mean, Farmer's a good. He's a good He's a good player.
He's middle of the road, and I mean, for the Twins right now, middle of the road is really what they need to try to find because they have so many holes in their team right now.
Yeah.
So good for them.
And for the Reds to replace Kyle Farmer, they traded with the Pirates for Kevin Newman. Newman. I wish I had a soundbite for that.
Yeah.
Newman. But yeah, they traded a relief pitcher. They got Kevin Newman. I mean, there's not much else to say. Kevin Newman's also like a very middle of the road, a little below average kind of guy.
Yeah. And for the Cincinnati Reds, that's all-star caliber.
Yeah, nothing groundbreaking, but yeah. No, I get it. The Reds are doing something.
I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they're doing something.
They're doing something. They exist. And then the final trade.
The biggest one.
We look at, besides Teoscar, the biggest one, the Los Angeles Angels have acquired Hunter Renfroe from the Milwaukee Brewers in exchange for pitchers, prospects, Jason Junk, the Junk Man, Junkyard Dog, Junk,
Yes.
Junky Junk. Elvis Peguero, and Adam. Wow, I'm just gonna read it as seminar because that's what it looks like. Renfroe is Mike Trout Jr., as many say. They look very similar. Could that be an omen? A good omen.
Could be.
Will he be the next Mike Trout? Will Hunter Renfroe be the next Mike Trout?
No.
Wow, bold.
So the thing with this trade is now the Angels outfield is Hunter Renfroe in left, Mike Trout in center, Taylor Ward in right field.
It's a good outfield.
That's like really good. Now
it's a good outfield.
The issue is their third baseman that they paid a shit ton of money for, and Anthony Rendon. Will he stay on the field? Shortstop, no one knows. Second baseman, I could not tell you what they've done.
Shortstop could be Gio.
Yeah, it could be
Should
Gio.
that happen?
Second base, probably a
Fletcher.
cardboard cutout of David Fletcher.
Cardboard cut. David Fletcher didn't feel like coming, so they just put a cardboard cutout.
And first base, Jared Walsh. Catcher, the ghost of Kurt Suzuki, and pitching Shohei Ohtani.
Of Kurt Suzuki.
Pretty good team. So
yeah,
how will the Angels ruin it next season?
I think they do need a catcher. That's pretty much all they need. Shortstop if they really want, and then pitching. But their pitching isn't as bad as many people think it is. They need a couple more relievers.
I think they need like two good bullpen arms, like two oh shit, that's dangerous for
yeah. They need relievers.
Yeah.
And what's really funny is that they traded away
almost every pitcher ever.
Well, no, they traded away Rizzo Iglesias last year, and then right when they traded him, he started being good again.
Yeah.
So that's an Angels moment.
Angels moment
of the week. But yeah, that was the last trade.
Annual Angels moment.
Angels are confusing. How dare you, Angels? Now! I'm surprised. I don't actually have a surprise. Let's talk about Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge time. So, the man, the myth, the legend, landed in San Francisco on Monday night. And he said, "We got something special planned." End quote.
True.
Aaron Judge met with the Giants yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Will he sign with the Giants? I think it's between the Giants and the Yankees at this point. I cannot possibly see a world where any other team signs him. He's either going home or he's going home. It's just a matter of which coast he's going to.
Let it be known, by the way, that the another reason as to why Aaron Judge is in San Francisco is not just to meet with the Giants and hang out with them. It's Thanksgiving weekend.
Well, yes, of course.
So he obviously was going to make the trip anyway. The Giants have been one of the potential suitors since he didn't sign the contract at opening day. I mean, we were at the stadium. We heard people saying that he was going to go to the Giants next year. It makes sense. Aaron Judge has earned the right to be a free agent, and he's coming off of one of the most historic seasons since the turn of the century. So, in all honesty, it's very well deserved that he goes and meets with them. But I still think that the Yankees sign him no matter what happens.
He
just wants to gauge what other teams would give him.
I mean, I would agree, but you can't rule it out because San Francisco is where he grew up. It's his home. His family, like you said, he's going there for Thanksgiving. His family lives there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he would love to be close to home the entire season.
Dude, how could his wife run in the New York City Marathon? How could he go to Peloton classes?
That's true. No, he has been doing a lot in New York.
I know. He was on Jimmy Fallon, too.
Yeah, no, he has been doing a lot in New York.
Great segment.
I just wanted to... do you think the Giants would throw $350 million at Judge?
I think... So, okay.
I mean, they have the deepest pocket out of any potential suitor.
Besides the Yankees.
But are the Yankees willing to use the deep pocket? I think...
Yes. If you watch the interviews with Hal Steinbrenner, I mean, I think that he knows that his... Okay, that was...
That actually was a lot louder than I thought it was going to be.
Hal Steinbrenner, I think, knows that if he does not sign Judge, it would just be his head on a stake outside of Yankee Stadium for all of eternity.
Oh, 100%.
So, I'm going to say that the Yankees still do have the deepest pocket. I mean, they are the most expensive... They are the richest team in baseball by statistics. So, I'm going to say that the Yankees still are the front runner, but the Giants... to preface this, the Yankees... It was rumored that the Yankees made a contract offer to Aaron Judge already that he has not looked at yet. I think he is probably going to wait till after Thanksgiving, after the weekend, pick it back up on Monday, because he's a very big family guy and his personality definitely puts his family first, and I think that that's what he's most concerned about right now. Although he's meeting with the Giants, I don't think he's going to look at any offers until after the holiday.
Well, yeah, I don't think he walked in and the Giants just offered him.
They just handed him a check.
Yeah, I feel like the Giants were just gauging would you really want to come to San Francisco?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a real possibility? And they'll probably say, if you came, this is what we would do. We have plans. If you come, we want to be a competing team. We want to win. Just the usual, the we want you to come here in free agency type deal,
Yeah, every team that wants a big free agent of Judge's caliber wants it to be the first move, so that way then you can sell it to all the other free agents. I mean, look, that's what the Dodgers did. That's how they brought in Freddie Freeman. That's how they were able to, that's what they did with Max Scherzer last season, trying to convince him to stay. It's. You get the big fish first, and everything else is easier to catch, type of situation. But
love the analogies today.
Thank you.
Love them.
I think the Giants do have the opportunity to sign him, but I just don't see a world where he's not wearing pinstripes.
I still do think the Yankees are the front runner.
Yeah.
100%.
They'll be the front runner until he puts his name on a piece of paper.
Oh, 100%. They'll be the front runner until it happens. Until something else happens. Or until, he signs with them.
Unless we see, a leaked video of Aaron Judge leaving Yankee Stadium screaming at the top of his lungs, "How the hell would you offer me that?" Until we get that video or he signs somewhere.
What fucking contract is that?
You piece of shit. You think I'm signing for $15 and a chicken bucket a day? Fuck you.
That's definitely some kind of Yankees offer. That would be the Yankees. They just offered him one chicken bucket.
One chicken bucket a day.
20 years. 20 years, one chicken bucket.
Not gonna lie, that actually might be closer to the actual deal than I can think.
Probably was. But yeah, that's.
Well, the rumored contract that the Yankees offered him seems pretty. I mean, that is a very good contract.
Which one did you say? I've seen multiple. Contracts.
I'm just gonna estimate from what all I've seen is about $335 million for 9 years, which,
well,
I think Yankee fans don't even want to go too much higher than that.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, that's not a great contract.
No, it's not in the sense of Aaron Judge has had one of the most historic seasons ever. But.
That's $36 million a year. He does not want. He wants at least $40 to $45 million a year.
God, Max Scherzer screwing over the. I
think Okay, I'm not gonna spoil my predictions too much, but I do think he's gonna get $45 million a year.
That's fair.
No matter what way you put it, I mean, there's no way he doesn't. If the Yankees offer him $35 million a year, he is going to spit on it and go to San Francisco. 100%.
I don't know, man.
The Giants are going to give Judge $45 million. They're going to offer him. They're going to offer him $45 million a year.
How about
Their pockets can hold it.
Do we see a front-loaded contract where the beginning is 48,
No.
and then as he gets older, it goes a little bit down more and more?
He has no reason to do that.
Yes, he does. Security.
No, I don't think he's going to. I think he's just going to have all the money guaranteed.
We'll see.
I think he's going to keep. I think he's going to just do same every year. Have it all guaranteed. He could never play another game again after he signs that contract. He's getting all the money.
I think, though, the thing with the Yankees is that the Yankees obviously have more potential to build a winning organization around Aaron Judge, whereas the Giants, yes, they did win 3 championships in 6 years, but that's so far in the past that it shouldn't be a topic of conversation when it comes to what they want to do now.
Yeah. No, I
Because
agree.
the Yankees definitely have more pull, whether it's for the better or worse.
We see Jock
They
Peterson
have more pulls.
tampering.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Posting on Instagram. We're waiting for you. But who else do the Giants have? I mean, I guess, you know what? If they sign Judge, like you said, they could very easily build around him.
Yeah.
They have the money. They have the money to do it. I think a lot of people forget how much money the San Francisco Giants organization has.
Mm-hmm.
They
They've
have
been holding it back.
a lot more money than people think.
Yeah.
They could very, very easily go get a lot of the good free agents this offseason.
And I feel like they've been pulling their punches because they haven't landed the big one that can help them, that projects them to be competing with the Dodgers. But, I mean, signing Aaron Judge would probably do that. And if you can say to other free agents, let's just say they bring back Carlos Rodon, hey, dude, we got Aaron Judge. It's a massive bat for the lineup. Let's go take out the Dodgers. Let's go compete with the Padres. That's one thing I could see happening.
Yeah, I think the big difference between the Giants and the Yankees in this situation is if the Giants wind up not re-signing Judge, or not, what am I saying? If the Giants wind up not signing Judge, I still see a world where they go out and get a bunch of free agents and just and everyone in San Francisco is yeah, we didn't get Judge, but look, we got this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. I think they can sign Contreras. They could sign Haniger or something. They can make other moves that their fan base would probably still be happy with, and not only their fan base, but just they can still build a good team if Judge doesn't sign. I think the Yankees, if you don't sign Judge, not only is your fan base hate you, your fan base will call you every name in the book. They'll burn down the stadium. They'll parade. They'll riot. And not only that, but who's the Yankees' other option in the outfield if Judge leaves? Exactly. Sign Joey Gallo again?
Estevan Florial.
Yes, I know they have minor leaguers, but no one wants to go from Aaron Judge to Estevan Florial. No one wants that. No one wants Oswaldo. Even Oswaldo Peraza is good.
Cabrera.
Oswaldo Cabrera is good. I get confused. It's very easy to get confused between the two.
Well, I think one of the 3 Yankee prospects, Oswaldo Cabrera, Oswaldo Peraza, or Anthony Volpe, will get traded before opening day.
Someone needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3 very, very good shortstop prospects. Someone needs to go.
Infield prospects.
General shortstop.
Fair enough.
I'm going to be honest, I think it's Peraza that has to go.
Really?
But here's the issue. I think you need to see Volpe in the major leagues before you can trade Peraza.
I think it's one of those. I think one of them is going to get traded. If not before opening day, it's going to be deadline day.
I think maybe at the deadline because you need. I feel like we've seen. Huh?
Didn't Peraza hit 300 in the games that he played?
No, I mean, Peraza.
I think I think Volpe can come up and be the guy. That's no question.
Even with how good, no matter how good Oswald Peraza has been, I still like we've been saying, like I said, you still need to see Volpe in the major leagues before you can move Peraza. Because say you think Peraza has more of a chance than Volpe, you can't have already traded him, and then you have Volpe, who, if he's not good in the majors, now you're like, fuck, we held off from signing a shortstop for
this guy
however many years. Yeah, the last 3 years, they haven't signed a big shortstop because of these guys in the majors. I mean, in the minors. They even had Glaber at shortstop for a whole season, and that didn't work out at all. Just because of these guys. And if none of them work out, there's going to be a serious issue. So,
yeah. And when it comes to...
I would love to tell you Oswald Peraza's stats, but nothing's loading. So.
When it comes to other teams, I definitely think that there are some competitive teams that would take shots at signing Aaron Judge, but I don't think it will be anything serious. I think that not to spoil what's coming ahead with our free agent predictions episode and free agent draft episodes, I do think that the Orioles do make a massive splash. I don't know if that is Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is a free agent. He could get an offer from every team if he wanted to.
That's true. I would find it hard to...
That would be entertaining, though.
I'd find it hard to see why he would go to the...
Because he hits really well in Camden Yards.
No, I get that, but I mean, like...
It's kind of like a Freddie Freeman situation with, like, Atlanta and LA. Like, we kind of knew those were the only two places he was going if it happened.
Yeah.
I think it's the exact same situation. I think he's going back to the Yankees or he's going to San Francisco. I don't see him going anywhere else, except maybe the Pirates. That was a joke.
No, I think the Reds are a real contender to sign him.
Or he stays at home and plays for the A's.
Him and the bakery, Sean Murphy.
Of course. Even though Sean Murphy's probably gonna be traded by the end of the offseason.
Yeah,
but I could see San Francisco. I think it's Freddie Freeman 2.0. Hopefully, well, okay. I don't want to be biased here, but
no, completely biased. I'm a Yankee fan. I hope Aaron Judge stays.
I do too. Just for baseball in general, I hope he stays. Also, I fear they will. I legitimately fear they will burn down Yankee Stadium.
It's what makes the Yankees the big bad Yankees, the Death Star that the league hates.
Also, Hal Steinbrenner is not quite like George. So.
Well, no, I know, but I'm saying in the sense of like needing to sign him. You sign Aaron Judge and you stay as the big bad New York Yankees that every fan base hates, every fan base doesn't like, every fan base just wishes that the team didn't exist. But if you let him walk, you turn into softies. You turn into the cakewalk, Everyone looks at the schedule, oh, we're playing both New York teams. Let's go sweep the Yankees and run our chances with the Mets type of thing, And you can't do that to such a historic team, a team where if George, may God rest his soul type of thing, if he were still around, we would know that, Aaron Judge would have been signed.
Yep. I think that'll do it for this episode. I mean, obviously there's so much Judge talk to do. We could go on for literally hours, but just about Aaron Judge, but we don't really have time for that.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for this episode. Just kind of updating everything. Unless, do you want to really quick talk about Asdrubal Cabrera?
Not at all.
Because I feel like there's a decent conversation to be had about the fact that Asdrubal Cabrera punched someone in the face.
Yeah.
And in a country where you would feel like the newer ways of baseball are more prominent. Mm-hmm. But yeah, okay, that's my stance.
Yeah, my stance is pimp your fucking home runs, stare at it for as long as you want, and if you really want to, army crawl around the bases. You deserve it. You hit a bomb.
All right, well, that's it for this episode of the Normal Baseball Podcast. We will catch you next time. Thank you for watching, subscribing, listening, sharing, commenting, liking. Yeah. See. Goodbye from us and Gary Sanchez, pop figure.
Yes, sir. Good night, Gary Sanchez.
Gary.